Gopi Jana Vallabha Gibaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gibaradhari Jasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanacharim Jamuna Tira Vanacharim Jamuna Tira Vanacharim Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Jai Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo everyone Na Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Gaura Hare, Jaya Gaura Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Sri Radhanath ki, Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki, Sri Gauranga Prabhu Gaur Hari ki, ISKCON Foundation Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Sri Caitanya caritamrta ki, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Purports ki, Go Premanandi, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Ki Jai. So those of you who have just come, we welcome you for the Sunday program. And we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a very extensive writings by Krishnadas Kaviraj covering the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the avatar for this Kali Yuga, the golden avatar, Gaura. Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So we're going to read from text 35, chapter 1. We'll chant the invocation. Okay? Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from text, continuing from text 35. It's on the board there. This is in Bengali. And then this all is compiled in Bengali and was translated by Srila Prabhupada into English. It was written around the 15th century, covering the story of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where am I now? Chapter 2. Okay. We'll do the Mantra Guru Ara Yatta Shiksha Guru Gana Tanahara Charana Age Kariye Vandana. Mantra Guru Arayata Shiksha Guru Gana. Mantra Guru Harayata Shiksha Guru Gana. Tanahara Charana Age Kariya Vandana. Tanahara Charanahage Kariya Vandana. Mantra Guru Harayata Shiksha Guru Gana. Tanahara Charanahage Kariya Vandana. Mantra Guru Harayata Shiksha Guru Gana. Tanahara Charanahage Kariya Vandana. Mantra Guru Harayata Shiksha Guru Gana. Tanahara Charanahage Kariya Vandana. Matas? All right. Mantra Guru, the initiating spiritual master. Ara, and also Yata, as many as they are. Shiksha Guru Gana, all the instructing spiritual masters. Tanahara, of all of them. Charana, unto the lotus feet. Age, at first. Kariye, I offer. Vandana, respectful obeisances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I first offer my respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my instructing spiritual masters. I can repeat responsibly. I first offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my instructing spiritual masters. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami in this thesis, Bhakti Sandarbha 202, has stated that uncontaminated devotional service is the objective of pure Vaishnavas, and that one has to execute such service in the association of other devotees. By associating with devotees of Lord Krishna, one develops a sense of Krishna consciousness and thus becomes inclined towards the loving service of the Lord. This is the process of approaching the Supreme Lord by gradual appreciation in devotional service. If one desires unalloyed devotional service, one must associate with devotees of Sri Krishna, for by such association only can a conditioned soul achieve a taste for transcendental love and thus revive his eternal relationship with Godhead in a specific manifestation and in terms of the specific transcendental mellows or ras that one has eternally inherent in him. If one develops love for Krishna by Krishna conscious activities, one can know the supreme absolute truth. But he who tries to understand God simply by logical arguments will not succeed, nor will he get a taste for unalloyed devotion. The secret is that one must submissively listen to those who know perfectly the science of God, and one must begin the mode of service regulated by the preceptor. A devotee already attracted by the name, form, qualities, etc. of the Supreme Lord may be directed to a specific manner of devotional service. He need not waste time in approaching the Lord through logic. The expert spiritual master knows well how to engage his disciples' energy in the transcendent loving service of the Lord, and thus he engages a devotee in a specific devotional service according to his special tendency. A devotee must have only one initiating spiritual master, because in the scriptures, acceptance of more than one is always forbidden. There is no limit, however, to the number of instructing spiritual masters one may accept. Generally, a spiritual master who constantly instructs a disciple in spiritual science becomes the initiating spiritual master later on. One should always remember that a person who is reluctant to accept a spiritual master and be initiated is sure to be baffled in his endeavor to go back to Godhead. One who is not properly initiated may present himself as a great devotee, but in fact he is sure to encounter many stumbling blocks on his path of progress towards spiritual realization, with the result that he must continue his terms of material existence without relief. Such a helpless person is compared to a ship without a rudder, for such a ship can never reach its destination. It is imperative, therefore, that one need accept a spiritual master if he is at all desires to gain the favor of the Lord. The service of the spiritual master is essential. If there is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly, a devotee should serve him by remembering his instructions. There is no difference between the spiritual master's instructions and the spiritual master himself. In his absence, therefore, his words of direction should be the pride of the disciple. If one thinks that he is above consulting anyone else, including a spiritual master, he is at once an offender at the lotus feet of the Lord. Such an offender can never go back to Godhead. It is imperative that a serious person accept a bona fide spiritual master in terms of the sastric injunctions. Srila Jiva Goswami advises that one not accept a spiritual master in terms of hereditary or customary social and ecclesiastical conventions. One should try to find a genuinely qualified spiritual master for actual advancement in spiritual knowledge. Very, very instructive verse here. Om Jnana Timarindasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumalitam Jaina Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jaina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Anvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishak Anvitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Aripre Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyahevacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So I was chanting these prayers. It's called Mangala Charana. Mangala means very auspicious. And to get the mercy, we have to pray to the preceptors, the initiating spiritual master, the predecessor spiritual master to the Supreme Lord to get blessings. Even before we can embark on any service, like this is anything we do, we have to get blessings, especially in spiritual life, devotional service, because it comes with mercy. We cannot engage in devotional service without mercy. So the author of this book, Krishnadas Kaviraj, is showing us how to approach, how to get mercy. We have to pray to the Guru. He's offering his obeisances to his Diksha Guru. Diksha means he's initiating spiritual master. Then he mentions Shiksha Guru, the other uh, instructing gurus. So we may have many instructing gurus, like you have a father. Your father may be a little stern with you, but your uncles may be a little more approachable, isn't your uncles? You can relax and gel with them. So likewise, the Shiksha gurus, we can be more open with them and more relaxed than your own spiritual master, isn't he? Your spiritual master you'll always see in awe and reverence, isn't it? Therefore, it's recommended here, Prabhupada is saying in the purport that every human being who takes birth in the material world, at some point in his life must accept Guru. And I'll read many references to that. I'll quote many references from the Shastra in this aspect of how we must surrender to Guru. Why is that? Because when we come to this material world, it says we come with defects. We are not perfect. We have imperfect senses. I'll explain what is imperfect senses. We are in illusion. What is that illusion? We'll explain that. We make mistakes. And the cheating propensity. We cheat. Everybody can cheat. Anybody say they didn't cheat in their life, did you? You can say you didn't cheat? Yes, we all at some point. We told lies, spoke lies. So cheating propensity, it's there in us, inherent in us. Prabhupada used the word inherent nature. And what is that inherent nature? That we all, in our real nature, that we are servants. Because we are serving anyway. The mother serves the child, right? You serve your husband, right? You work for a boss, you're serving your boss. You have a pet? Yes? You take him for a walk, you have to wait and wash him and bath him. So who's the servant and who's the master? So you're serving, right? You're serving the pet. Or you may have a bird or a pet snake. Some people keep boa constrictors who walk around the neck. You see them in the stores sometimes. So we are serving. So it's natural for us we cannot take that out of us. Inherent means we cannot extract that from it. It's natural. But in all the service we do, no matter how nicely we serve, sometimes we're not appreciated, right? Or we get criticized, or we're not doing enough, isn't? And we're not happy. We're not appreciated. Because that service has to be produced or redirected to its original source of service to Krishna. When we direct that service to Krishna, the Supreme Person of Godhead, then everything else will fall in place. Because Krishna, He appreciates everything we do, even the most minute thing we do, He appreciates. Even if you do bad things, Krishna will look at your good and oversee your bad. Doesn't mean we have to do bad, but sometimes in the material world we are conditioned to that. Yes, that. Therefore, we need, because the material world, Prabhupada says in the purport to Bhagavad Gita, I'll read that. He says, the material world is full of perplexities. What is perplexity? Confusion, isn't it? We are misguided, or we always in anxiety, stressed, isn't? And all that may be misplaced. Thinking that we listen to our mind, isn't? Like Arjun. Arjun didn't want to fight in the battle. He refused to fight based on some sentimental reasons, attachment, to his family, attachment to his guru, attachment to his grandfather, like that. And he was giving reasons why he should not fight. Sometimes. But Krishna counted all those reasons and said, you must fight. And Arjuna surrenders to Krishna. Eventually he surrenders to Krishna. And this is how Krishna speaks Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Not only for Arjuna, but for the benefit of all mankind. So Bhagavad Gita is for everyone. Not only Hindus, it's universal. It is for the whole world. Shri Sri Radhanath ki jai. Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki, Sri Giriraj Govardhan, Sri Prabhupada ki. So Prabhupada says in the purport, by nature's own way, a complete system of material activities are a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity. And therefore it behooves one, hear this, it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master for guidance, for proper guidance. The word behoove means you must do it. You cannot think, no, I will serve Krishna without Krishna's representative. No, Krishna will not accept that. Krishna will only work through his pure devotees. And his pure devotees are the representatives. And to approach Krishna, we have to go through the medium of his pure devotees. The representatives. The guru is said to be the representative. The bona fide guru. We may get many types of gurus. We get cheating gurus. You have to be very careful about that. Cheating gurus, like they just come, fly-by-night gurus who just come to take all your money, cheat you. I'll give you one mantra, you pay me so much, you'll become God in 6 months. And you're very gullible, you will fall for that. So like that, many, because we want to be cheated. If you want to be cheated, then God will send you a cheater. But if you don't want to be cheated, then you approach a bona fide spiritual master. And Krishna is saying, Tadvidi pranipatena, Bhagavad Gita, famous verse in Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidi pranipatena, parishpanena sevaya, upadekshanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattva dashina. We must approach a bona fide spiritual master and inquire from him, serve him. Why? Because he has seen the truth. He is a tattvadarshi. He has seen the truth. So only one who has the truth can give you the truth. Like that. And of course, this knowledge is coming in a disciplic succession. Parampara. Evam parampara praptam. We cannot go directly to Krishna if we go through his predecessor servants. Like we see the parampara on the altar. First we take darshan of the gurus. This is how you take darshan. From your left to your right. Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, like that. You see? There's, on the frames there's pictures of the acharyas. And then we approach Lord Chaitanya is there on the far left. If you're facing this way, it's on your left. And then there's Giriraj Govardhan. And then there's Sri Sri Radharanath. So this is how we take darshan. We get the mercy of the gurus first. Of course, then we circumambulate from right side, coming around as many times as possible. But first we pay obeisance. When we enter the temple, we pay obeisances to the founder Acharya. And there's a mantra for that. Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashasha Shanyavadi paschatya nisatari. This is this is how we approach the spiritual master. There are different types of gurus. They mention 4 types. Shastra mentions 4 types. The Vatma Pradakshaka, the first type of guru is a Vatma Pradakshaka guru. Say, Vatma Pradakshaka guru. That means one who you meet on the street may sell you one book or may give you a book as a gift. Isn't? Maybe a bhakta. Isn't? Not a very big devotee, but you took that book and you read it. And by reading that book, your interest was there, provoked your interest, and you came to the temple, and you became serious devotee. You follow? So that first person who gave you is Vatma Pradakshaka Guru, that person who you remember first, that is your first guru, who introduced you or told you about Krishna, or come to the temple, like that. Isn't? He may have, or he or she is your Vatma Pradakshaka Guru. Like Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by his stepmother, and he became very angry because his father didn't do anything to chastise his stepmother. So he ran to his mother and he said, in a very angry mood. He was a young boy. And he asked his mother, I want to show my father, I want a kingdom bigger than my father's, bigger than my grandfather's. Who will give me that? And his mother said, I don't know, but I know the sadhus go to the forest and they see God in the forest. I want to go there. This young boy, he's so determined. Mother said, no, but no, I want to go. He followed the instruction. In the forest, you will see God. So she packs him little bag, and off he goes. And on the way he meets Narada Muni. Now Narada Muni is the spiritual master of many great devotees also. And Narada somehow happened to be there at the right time. And he asked him, where are you going, you young boy? You can't go in the forest. You'll be eaten by wild animals, bitten by poisonous snakes. No, but he saw the boy's determination. And then he taught him this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And so Dhruva started to chant like that. And for many months he was performing austerities, yoga, Astanga yoga. And at some point he saw a lightning flash and he saw the Lord face to face by his austerities and his determination, like that. Then he was enlightened. But later in life, when it's time for him to go back to Godhead, he first goes to his mother, because that was his first guru. So another flower plane came, Pushpa, came and took away. So it shows when the disciple is very surrendered to the spiritual master, there's amazing things happen. Amazing. There's a verse that says, Mukham karotu vachalam pangam langayate grim yad kripaham tamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarine. What that means? He says, by the mercy of the Guru, he says, a lame man can cross mountains, a blind man can see the stars, and a dumb man can speak eloquent poetry. So this is the mercy, by special mercy of the Guru. Amazing things can happen. So therefore, this process of initiation, like is mentioned here, diksha, taking diksha. We all at some point have to aspire for that. Become serious. Knowing that this material world, I'm going to quote you another verse. This is my unknown source. I found this in the verse book. Janame janame sabe pitamai paya, Krishna Guru nai, mile bajahari ahi. Birth after birth, one receives a mother and father. It's not your first mother and father. You had many mothers and fathers in different lives. He says, but if one gets the benediction of Guru and Krishna, he conquers the material energy and returns home back to Godhead by worship of the Lord. So it is very imperative that we have to get out of this cycle of birth and this samsara of birth and death. We know this material world by experience. That is not a good place. Anybody agrees this material world is nice? Yes? What do you think? You like to be here longer? You like to come back again? Yes? Wait till you grow up and have children and get old. Then you wish you wouldn't take birth. But, Prabhupada said, taking a material body in a material world means we have a bad bargain. And what is a bad bargain? We have to contend with birth, death, disease, old age. And compounded with the threefold miseries that the devas are showering us with. Adibhotik, Adidevik, Adihatmik. Today is nice, warm. Yesterday was cold, so isn't? Then it rains, and then it snows, and it's different kinds of weather. There's famine, there's drought. All is in the material world, and people are suffering because of that. No food. Then we have problems with our body gives us disease. We didn't want it, isn't it? We have mental problems, we have dysfunctional disorders, isn't it? Adihatmik. So we don't know, when we bring children in the world, it's like a gamble. We don't know what to expect. But if we pray for the child before the birth, the samskar has to be done. You have to do Garbhadan samskar. Vedas enjoins that we civilized people must do. First, they must get married in the proper way, according to Vedic tradition. Then, to have children, they must pray also. That the child is born normal, isn't? So we don't know nowadays children. Plus, in the Bhagavatam it is explained very graphically how the child in the womb is in this arched position for 9-10 months. You think it's playing? The child is suffering. The child is because he's been bitten by there's so many worms in the body, and the mother, whatever the mother eats, she eats spicy foods or she takes alcohol, that is all ingested by the child. Or she smokes. All this is ingested by the child. And the child is, for that time, he's suffering, he's praying. I'm suffering. Sometimes the child, what do you call that? The umbilical cord gets round the neck and the child chokes and dies. Or sometimes it drinks the water. So many, it's so a gamble. But we have to get proper direction to bring good children in this world, or to bring productive, a blessing to the world, a blessing that they're not burden to the world. Then we have to get special mercy for that. And that is given by the Guru. Yes, the Guru. So it says here. And then another verse, Lord Chaitanya, he says, Brahmanda Brahmiti, Konya Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai, Bhakti Lata Beach. Again, Brahmanda, Brahma means the universe. He says, in this universe, millions and millions of souls are wandering, going up, going down in this constant flux of heaven, hell, taking birth and going through this continuous cycle of birth and death for millions of lifetimes. But he said, of all these millions, Konya Bhagyavan Jeev. Konya Bhagyavan means one fortunate soul of all these millions of souls gets a chance by the mercy of Guru Krishna. Prasada. Prasad means mercy. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, what happens? The seed of bhakti, of devotion, is planted in the heart. And when that seed is planted, then we have to nurture it, isn't it? That is devotion service. We have to nurture that seed, protect it, fence it like a plant. You put a plant on, you need water and sunlight, and no weeds growing. So like that, spiritual life is also like that. The seed is there, we have to maintain that seed by fencing it, by protecting it, by association with devotees, associating with Krishna conscious devotees. In that way we maintain that. That safety net is there. Otherwise we'll go astray, isn't it? We will go astray, and spiritual life is like a razor's edge. You know what's a razor? It's so sharp, isn't it? And if you're not careful, you'll cut yourself. So spiritual life is like that. But unless we take shelter of Guru and Krishna, then our life is like precarious it's like very precarious. We are living a very precarious life. And this has to be taken seriously. It has to be taken seriously. So we mentioned Vatma Pradaksha Guru, then Chaita Guru. Chaita Guru means, you have Paramatma in your heart. You have soul and you have super soul. That means God is in your heart, is guiding you in the heart. So extended of that super soul is the Guru. Is an extension of that. Paramatma is a bona fide Guru. Yes. How we know a Guru is bona fide? Because he's always speaking about Krishna, not about himself. Some people like to glorify themselves, isn't it? Speak about themselves and try to impress people. That is cheating. That cheating propensity is there. We're going back to the defects. We said the cheating propensity, we make mistakes. To err is human. Isn't there a saying like that? To make mistakes, it is accepted. Isn't it? To err is human. And great people make mistakes. Great leaders make mistakes. And one classic example they give of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was a great politician and wanted to take India out of British rule. Isn't it? And he tried very hard for that. But then his life was at risk. His life was being threatened. There was attempts to assassinate him. But he did not take heed to that. Even Srila Prabhupada wrote him many letters. Give up this petty politics and read Bhagavad Gita. He may have read Bhagavad Gita, but I don't think he took it very seriously. But then he paid the price for that. He was assassinated over politics. So great people make mistakes. Illusion. What is the illusion? another defect. The illusion is we take this body to be the self. And based on that premise, we make all kinds of arrangements. Oh, this is my mother, that's my father, that's my siblings, isn't? And we become attached like that. Oh, that's my grandfather, like that. And then at some point, by time, they all go into oblivion. Isn't? Can you remember your grandfather, your great-grand? No, they're just memories, isn't? They're just memories. They're gone. They're gone. And we base this attachment. That is, we have to come out of that illusion, based on this bodily concept. We are not this body. Krishna is making that very in Bhagavad Gita. Right in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, he's telling us the difference between the soul and the body. Body is temporary. This body is temporary. It takes birth, it grows, it maintains itself, produces byproducts. Then there's dwindling, and then finally there is death. So everybody, nobody can escape that. Nobody. No mortal. Even Hiranyakashipu tried that. The stalwart demon, one of the prototype demons in history, in the Bhagavatam, in the Vedic culture. He couldn't be mortal. Although, even Lord Brahma lives much longer than us. Our 100 years compared to Lord Brahma's 100 years is vast, because it's time is relative, isn't? Time here and time, we can see that, isn't? The time difference, like from here to India. India is now, while we're sitting here, is 3.5, how long? 3.5 hours? Yes. They already lunchtime, they past lunchtime. We still didn't take breakfast yet. Isn't? So, what is speak of America? They're still in sleeping. Isn't? They still like midnight there in certain parts of America. So time is relative. What is speak of the higher planets? The demigods live much longer than us. Lord Brahma lives much longer than us. But in the material world, everything, even in the highest planet, it is temporary. It is miserable. Dukkalayam shashvatam. Krishna is saying like that. But why don't we take that seriously? Why don't we take... He's describing this material world. He says, even from the highest planet, Satya Loka, down to the lowest planet, they are all places of misery, and it is temporary. Dukkalayam shashvatam. We have to take this very seriously and see the urgency that our life is ebbing. Every day of our life means we're coming closer. We have to see the reality of that. Not that, oh, I'm waiting for my next birthday, isn't? And you have a big party. But we should also see, oh, my life is ebbing away, isn't? We all were young. Now we losing our hair. We need glasses to see. We're hard of hearing, isn't? As we get older, your bones start creaking. You lose your teeth. Your beauty is gone, isn't? Because that's the nature of the material world, and we have a bad bargain. Prabhupada said, but how to make the best use of a bad bargain is to surrender to Krishna. But how to surrender to Krishna is through his representatives. That's the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, Sarva Dharma Parijaja Mamakam Sharanam Braja. He says, you surrender unto me. Give up all these types of dharma that you're accustomed to, and surrender to me. Surrender to me means not directly to him, but through his representatives. That is the process of how to approach Krishna. And Krishna is saying, one who says he's my devotee is not my devotee. But one is a devotee of my devotee. He is my devotee. You follow? That's why the spiritual master plays a pivotal role in our lives. We have to give full glory to them just as good as God. Krishna doesn't claim he is God. He never claims. If any guru says, I am God, then he's bogus. You must reject him. Immediately. Say, you bogus. You bogi yogi. But one who is always talking about God and seeing himself as the servant. The guru is actually the servant. The biggest servant. Yes. And we channel all our service through the guru. Accept that service and offer it to his guru. Like that. This is how parampara. And eventually to Krishna. That is the process. It's a nice... How much time we got? I'll tell you one pastime of Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada used to do a lot of morning walks all over, wherever he went. In Venice Beach in America or in France. And this time it was in Juhu, Bombay. And so the morning walks was like in the morning. He would go on morning walks. But from these walks came very wonderful conversations. It was all transcribed. And there were 39 volumes of books printed on Prabhupada's morning walks. We have it in our library. There in Prabhupada's room. There's 39 volumes of Prabhupada's morning walks. And in this morning walk, Srila Giriraj Swami was serving Prabhupada at that time in Bombay. He captures this moment in his book called Planting the Seed. And he tells the story of how Prabhupada would walk, and many disciples would accompany him, plus there's many business people, like industrialists, very wealthy people would come. They were attracted to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada actually wanted them to give them money to build a temple. So these morning walks were very productive in so many ways. But on the way to the beach, he saw many dogs. Many. And some of the dogs, stray dogs especially. And he pointed, see those dogs? They look so emaciated, you can see their ribs, and they look so sad, and they're all fighting among themselves for some scraps of things. Then he pointed to the other side. He says, see that dog? He's got a master. He's on a leash, and he looks nice and isn't fat and well-fed. He looks happy, pleased, loyal to his master. And he said, see, stray dog and dog with master. What do you want to be? Anat or Sanat? Anat means you have no master. You have no master and you're like lost, like the stray dogs. They're just like very sorrowful. Especially in India, if you see the dogs, they look with sorrow sight, isn't it? They look terrible, isn't it? But now I think there's a campaign to take these dogs there's a big campaign to rescue these street dogs, because the street dogs became violent. They were attacking people out of hunger, some necessity like that. And they were finding homes for them. There's a lady who was campaigning this. I see it on a documentary. But this is the point. Stray dog means you don't have master. You like, in the street, like lost. So Prabhupada asked, he turned around, he said, do you want to be like the stray dog or you want to be like this dog with the master? Anat or Sanat? And we wear this Kanti Mala. It's called to show that we are followers of Vishnu, we are servants of Vishnu. And it's like a dog tag. It is like a dog tag. Yes. We see it like that. We are obedient servants to our guru. That's what it means. Like the dog is very loyal and obedient to his master because he's looked after, he's well fed, he's taken care of. Isn't? So we wear this with pride. Isn't? Not to be proud, but we are servants. We are servants of the spiritual master. Because at the time of initiation, we get this Kantimala. And we get the japa beads, and we get a spiritual name. That is Diksha. And in your lifetime, you can only have one Diksha Guru. You can have many, as is mentioned here, many Shiksha Gurus, means instructing spiritual masters. Like that. Or anybody you take shelter of, maybe some senior devotee can be your Shiksha Guru. Also, the temple president or the managers who you see are very capable of giving you instructions and engaging you in service, they become your Shiksha Guru. And they prime you for initiation. And they recommend you to the Guru for initiation. Like that. But we have to show enthusiasm. Rupa Goswami, he mentions in the Nectar of Instruction, this utsahan, we have to show utsahan, enthusiasm. Anything we do, we have to show enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, determination, patience. These things are there. Because we cannot be Krishna conscious in one day. It takes a gradual process. It's a very gradual practice. Sadhana. Sadhana, Vaidhi sadhana, bhakti. To get love of Krishna, we have to go through these stages because we're coming from such conditioning of life that we've forgotten Krishna. We've forgotten our nature, that we have an original nature, that we have a connection with Krishna. But when we come to meet, we forget. The moment we come out of the mother's womb, we're in another world. That's Maya immediately takes over. Oh, this is my mother. That's Maya is already got us. So Lord Chaitanya sings like that. Jeev Jago. Jeev Jago. Wake up, sleeping souls. How long have you been sleeping on the lap of the witch called Maya? Jeev Jago. We have to wake up. Wake up means we have to wake up to the reality that we have to, we need help, spiritual help. We need guidance. We need guidance. And we have to get proper guidance and go to the right source, come to the right place, read the right revealed scriptures, take shelter of that, take shelter of devotees. In this way, our Krishna consciousness will thrive. We will grow and grow. Always be in association. Look for that. It says 99% of advancement is based on Sangha, called Sadhu Sangha. And the Sangha is so potent. Lord Chaitanya says, Sadhu Sangha, Sharva Shastra Kai. Sadhu Sangha, Lava Matra, Sarva Siddhi Hai. What he's saying? He's saying this process is so potent that just by a meager association, Lava Matra means it's a measurement of time, very like a flash of time. One hears from the Guru or one sees a pure devotee. What happens? All the imports of the Vedic knowledge can be revealed to you at once. That's the potency of meeting a pure devotee of the Lord. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for listening. Is there any questions or comments? Yes, Ranga Devi.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the wonderful class. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is being described how to approach the spiritual master. Tadvadi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshanti te gyanam gyananis tattvadarshinaha. That one should accept this bona fide spiritual master and serve him. And like this, when we serve the spiritual master, then all the imports of the Vedic scriptures will be revealed to us. Yeah, so this is very important to make progress in spiritual life, is to accept the Guru as you were proclaiming in your class. That it's very, very important like this. So, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah. Mataji from Mayapur. Give her the mic. She's formerly from South Africa, but she's relocated to the Holy Dham. She's our special guest this week. Yes?
Thank you. The class is
Speak in the mic.
Class is very informative. What would you like me to speak something about Mayapur or?
Whatever you want to speak. Relating to this topic, because Lord Chaitanya is from Mayapur, isn't it? Sri Mayapur. And she's in Lord Chaitanya's land.
Yeah.
Taking shelter, the Holy Dham.
Vasya Prabhupada, we are there. I think like one of your points on the nectar of instructions about enthusiasm and...
I can't hear you.
The one point you made on the nectar of instructions about enthusiasm,
yes.
Patience and tolerance. So, yeah, that is, I mean, nectar of instruction itself it's got so much, although it's a small book, but there's so much in it. You know, so I guess also being in Mayapur requires that patience, tolerance, and enthusiasm in order to remain. So...
That's it. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grancharaj, Sri Caitanya caritamrta ki, Adi lila ki jai. Go Premanandi. Hare Hare.